Hello?
Ma-
Yeah, we're gonna have Ollie replace you. Never mind.
Get fucked.
Bodacious true crime.
Oh, let me just, as a follow-up to the intro, I just want to tell you guys what Malik texted me. I was so excited that I get to be in an episode of Bodacious True Crime, and Noah ripped it from me.
I didn't do anything.
If anything, it should be towards me because I fucking got on.
This is my thing with Malik. He will look at any problem and immediately direct it at me. Like,
No, okay, that is true. That is true.
I wouldn't have
I don't
hopped
even
on.
be involved. I was just, bro. He literally shot the messenger. You don't shoot the messenger.
Riley, I wouldn't have gotten on unless I remembered midway playing Persona. I was like, oh, Riley wanted me to do something.
The best part, Ollie, is that on the, okay, I tried to do this last week, but then Gus couldn't come, so I had to cancel. And so yeah, I had to move it to today. Now I feel bad because I didn't even ask Gus, and he was like, "Oh, we're filming a podcast." I'm like, "Fuck." So, it's okay though. He'll forgive me when I.
He'll forgive.
Anyways.
His dick?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Welcome everyone to Bodacious True Crime. I am your host with the most, Riley Sassinelli. Ah, fuck, I shouldn't have. Whatever. Joining me today is Mr. Noah Airtalk Ballsack. And I can cut out your last name if you'd like me to, Noah.
Do we have a very over exemplified beep over that? So it sounds like you're saying something extremely profound.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. And then also joining me is Mr. Sammer.
Hello there.
Sammer, 20% of Cheesetainment.
That's me.
Future billionaire.
And as my special guest who hasn't been on a podcast in quite literally almost an entire year.
That's the wrong direction, Noah.
Yeah, no, it is the wrong direction, but I didn't want to say anything.
Wait, is everyone
we
the same?
don't. No, we're not the same. We're different.
So I was petting Sammer. Who was I petting?
Sammer.
Okay, so this is Sammer?
Yeah, and then this is
Sammer.
Ollie to the left. Yeah.
Yo, what up?
So
I got Ollie over here.
Ollie
over here.
So
yeah, me and Riley have the same screens. Riley's right under me, Noah's to the left of me, and Sammer's.
Yeah, that's true.
So the only thing that switches me and Ollie in my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. That's funny. But yeah, Ollie is here. Ollie, the host of what's that podcast called? I forgot.
The dead one that needs to make a new episode soon.
Yeah.
Wasn't I gonna be on a new episode?
Yeah. I still need to figure out a date that'll work for all of us.
Yeah, Crackheads podcast. I did not mean that as a diss, Ollie. I genuinely forgot in the you.
I don't blame you. I forgot I owned a podcast until last night, and I'm like, hey, I own a podcast.
Yeah.
He also has a YouTube channel where he makes extremely ambiguous
schizophrenic episode.
No, he makes very ambiguous tier lists.
Yeah, I pissed off 2 guys that called me
That was
racist.
so funny. But before we continue with the episode, I just want to say happy 1-year anniversary to Bodacious True Crime.
What?
And I only missed it by a month. So
fucking dude.
It's
You're
fine.
Good job.
Yeah.
You're
So for people who care, I've been busy, so I couldn't record it.
Yeah, you've been watching football games, you fucking
You're
lazy.
right. And you know what? And for those, we had the OJ episode, which was earlier this year. I have become a Buffalo Bills fan ever since. So go Bills, go Josh Allen. I bought this. This was $75. Not a joke.
Ballin'.
And I literally wear this every single day since I have gotten it.
Dude,
I don't know if that should be counted as disgusting.
No. It's like this is sweatshirt. This is sweatshirt.
Okay. I was gonna say it's either disgusting or dedication.
I have a shirt underneath it. I always wear a shirt underneath it.
All right.
Except when I fuck your mother. Ooh, that was a good one. That was improv.
I'm looking straight into your eyes on my screen, Riley.
Yeah,
I'm in your fucking walls, bitch.
You are.
Bro, this is like the inside of Riley's walls. Ali's just like looking at it.
I live in a dorm. So,
Yeah.
okay, so you know what today we're talking about? The long-awaited episode. This is the San Ysidro McDonald's Massacre. We're just going to shorten it to McDonald's Massacre for the sake of not having to fucking say San Ysidro. What's up,
May I
now?
offer a alternate title?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
The Mick Massacre.
The Mick Massacre. I like it.
Beautiful.
But for those of you, I'll give you guys a brief synopsis because we have to talk about the killer before we talk about the shooting, and it takes a long time. And I'm sure we'll be here for at least an hour and a half. All the Eunice is in here, so you never know. So the McDonald's Massacre was a mass shooting, obviously, in San Diego, in like a suburb of San Diego, California. This took place in 1984 at of all things, a McDonald's.
I would say
Yeah,
good. I would
No,
say
Ollie,
good,
don't say good.
But McDonald's is pretty good.
Hey guys, for the
But-
first time,
Fuck San Diego.
for the first time, I'm not loving it.
You're not loving it?
Listen,
A lot of people died, and the story of the shooting isn't there. Technically, is no known motive, but we'll explore, and we'll kind of speculate, and play armchair psychologist as we like to do on Bodacious True Crime. And before we get into the shootings, we have to talk about the perpetrator, and his name is horrible. His name is James Huberty. Huberty.
As
And-
in,
As in, like, I don't know. His name is shit.
He sounds like.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Please reel into him.
his name does sound like pure dog shit.
It is.
I ain't gonna fucking lie.
Like a
how
porn
old
star.
was he?
How old was he?
Yeah, how old was he?
He was born, James Huberty was born October 11th, 1942.
That's my fucking birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
Bro,
funny.
what? Bro,
That's,
chose a birthday.
That's an oof.
That's so. Dude, this is the first person besides Cardi B that I know shares my birthday with me.
That's
Damn.
a yikes, actually. That's a
That
very
is-
much of a yikes.
I don't know what is worse, a McDonald's shooter or fucking Cardi B.
I'd say the McMurderer is a little worse.
I
than
can
Cardi
tell
B.
you where. You know what's even worse? He was born in Canton, Ohio.
That
Jesus
exists.
Christ.
Ohio does not exist.
Dude, even Ohio's ripping off our city names. Like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Canton,
this?
yeah,
No,
Michigan.
No, anyway, back to my pun about his last name. You
What
could
was
say when he committed the act, he was post-pubescent.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Please leave.
Don't leave, please. I'm begging you. So, Huberty was born the second of two children. This name is even worse. To his father, Earl Huberty. That's not the one that's funny. And his mother, I had to ask my girlfriend how to pronounce this. We were pretty sure it's pronounced Ickley. As in Icle.
Elise.
Not a fucking snowball's chance in hell.
Elice.
Elite.
Elice.
But the L comes after the C.
Again?
It's Icle.
Okay, we gotta toss this into Google and then like have it
Oh, it's
say.
Ickley.
Couldn't find it.
That's Ickley.
I think it's Ickley.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
What race is he? Is he white?
He is white, and his mother was born in. My girlfriend looked this up actually. Thank you, Claire.
W.
Icle. This is a name that was used in the 1910s, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems unfortunate.
That is like they for that one brief moment in history, someone's like, I'm gonna make this a trend. Didn't
Yeah,
work.
it did not catch on.
Yet I wonder why.
Who are you gonna blame for that though? Like,
I have no idea. Whatever her, I don't know her mother's name, but whoever named her.
Sam, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Sammer, what do you think about Ikley? Ikley.
I hate that name.
I hate you.
What did I do to you?
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
So Huberty was when Huberty was 3. I'm gonna refer to James Huberty as Huberty from now on. By the way,
Or Hube.
Hube.
Can you call him Hube?
Okay, so Hube. No, I have to call him
So-
Huberty.
Yeah, that sounds so similar to pube.
Yeah. When Huberty was 3, he got polio.
Wait, what? Is polio the one that, like, you can't move? Or is that cerebral
You get
palsy?
strapped down to a fucking lung. Like an
You-
external
That's the fucking iron lung one. Yeah.
Iron lung, yeah.
No,
Oh, that's
it's not.
It is not.
Oh, it's not.
Well,
I'm just,
Oh, so Ali was capping.
yeah.
Yep.
Is it not? Hold on.
Hold on, this is our expert for this episode, and he's already telling caps.
No,
Yeah, Ollie's not the
that's-
expert. For
that's-
it.
Bro, you have to withhold the credibility of Bodacious, bro. What is
I
that?
don't know actually what disease gave you iron lung, but I know it was
No, I'm
something.
pretty sure it was polio. I remember watching a documentary on about a guy. It said the world's last man in an iron
Yeah,
lung.
this.
I've seen that. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
Polio survivor on the iron lung.
I've
Okay,
seen this.
so-
I've seen documentary.
So it's So you can potentially go on the iron lung. Then he did not go on the iron lung. He did not.
He just walks into the McDonald's, someone wheels him in. And I'm fucking.
It's the fucking early days RoboCop shit. He can only shoot the shotgun facing one direction.
He has to like
Oh
blink.
my fuck.
And then it's like a whole fucking Rube Goldberg machine. It's like a ball that drops down
No,
and activates a gun.
no, he created the first ever suction trigger. That's
no, dude. It's like a fucking straw that he blows into, and the fucking gun just starts shooting.
To minimize the damage, now polio also damages your legs. Because do you guys know FDR? He was in a wheelchair, and when he wasn't in a wheelchair, they put fucking steel braces on his legs to stand him up.
You know, he was the creator of the Crip Walk before Crips existed.
That was a good one, Ollie.
What?
So-
The disappointment. in
Yeah.
your
Why is FDR like that, bro? What did he ever do to you?
I don't want to talk about that. He didn't do anything wrong to me.
No, I wasn't mentioning
Oh.
about FDR. I was thinking about the guy.
Oh, so the same thing had to happen to Huberty. He got a steel and leather braces on both of his legs, so it would negate the polio. And you might think that this didn't work, but it actually did, and he made a full recovery from polio. But he had a slight limp for the rest of his unfortunately medium length life, I guess.
Medium length life.
Yeah, he made it like 40 something.
Can I ask?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. What year was this?
This is 1945, but he would have died in 84, so he would have been 46 when he died.
Can I ask? Was
Yeah.
this man married?
We're gonna get to that. He was.
Okay. He was. Okay. Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, but it's okay. So Huberty's mom, the fucking bitch with the dumbass name.
Iliac.
Yeah, celiac disease.
Iliac.
She abandoned the family because she didn't want to live on a farm that the father, Earl, had purchased.
But he had mommy issues.
Oh, farms are
yeah.
fun. What?
Did he have a Reddit?
Yes, he
Yeah,
did
I
actually. He was actually a moderator of r/QAnon.
I thought you were gonna say r/incels.
He was not an incel by any, because he got play. So Huberty didn't have a lot of friends growing up, but he had a very large interest in guns. Yep, that's why I asked Ollie to be on this episode.
Oh, he's fucking smiling like a.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Dance. What's his dance?
He's doing a little dance. So
I'm doing the dance.
a family acquaintance once described Huberty as, and this is a direct quote and not my words or beliefs, anyone who is affiliated with the university that I go to.
Internal players.
Yeah, so please do Dude, this is not me saying this. This is a direct quote. He described puberty as, quote, a queer little boy who practiced incessantly with a target pistol. So they
That's not
didn't
bad.
Yikes.
think too highly of him, basically, is what I am trying to say.
He thought he was an op, basically.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That boy an op.
But nevertheless, puberty in his teenage years became somewhat of an amateur gunsmith. Although he was bullied because he was both a nerd and had a limp.
Oh, this is gonna sound like a story about me. The fuck?
Okay, hold on.
Listen, bro. Listen. I don't have a limp yet. Riley can change that tomorrow.
You're right.
One day I'll cross the street, not looking both ways. Riley will hit me on purpose.
Do you realize how sus that first sentence sounded?
Yes, I know.
He goes, you know, I don't have a limp yet, but Riley can change that tomorrow.
And I will.
Out of anybody in the group, I'm convinced Riley will hit me with his car.
Ollie, your
just
name on my phone is
Hold
still Ollie parentheses bad friend because of what you did to me several months ago.
Hold on.
I don't remember what I did half of the time, bro. You think I remember?
And the best part was when you called me once and I saw that, I laughed so fucking hard because I forgot that that was even like a thing that I had done. So in 1960, in 1960 he graduated. In 1962, he enrolls in Malone College in Ohio. He originally went in studying sociology, but he transferred to the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, where he became where he got his funeral director's license, and then after that he got an embalmer's license.
Okay.
His school had an 80% acceptance rate. Stupid.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Can I say
He wasn't stupid.
That's a very bad mix. Guns, dead bodies, and learning how to cut open dead bodies. That's a bad mix, all right?
Now,
I'd say it's a good mix.
while in college, he met Etna Markland. And in Etna Markland. In 1965, him and Etna got married. Huberty got a job at a funeral home, and he was known as a pretty good embalmer, but he wasn't a good funeral director because you have to talk to people, and he's not very sociable. So after 2 years of working at the funeral home, he fucking transitioned to becoming a welder. So
That's such
all
a
over.
base career change.
Yeah.
That's such a base career.
So wait. He went from being a nerd to cutting open dead bodies, and then went to welding.
Yep.
Yes.
And
That is a very bad mix with guns.
now Noah, you said that was based, and you're fucking right. He went to work for a company called Barbara and Wilcox, and get all the jokes out of the way right now, please.
I've heard that name before. Barbara is a beast, bro. I fuck with Barbara. Listen, bro. Like, it is. I can't think of any puns.
Is it
Wilcox.
I'm gonna think.
Is it Thatcher's first name Barbara Thatcher? Like
Wait, what? Margaret Thatcher?
Yeah, my
Margaret
fucking
Thatcher?
god.
Okay. I was like, what?
Sam, what are your thoughts on this?
Wilcox. Anybody?
Wilcox.
Wilcox, will
I
my
think it's
cock
too-
fit in your mouth? Funny joke? Yes, funny joke.
That was ass. That
I
was
mean,
ass.
I can show myself out after that shit joke.
Please don't.
I need you. So,
we have a good squad of Actually, we can afford for one person to leave. Because if anybody leaves, we'll have Malik's happy face in the fucking corner on his first Bodacious True Crime episode.
Yeah, I'm edging Malik. I'm waiting for a good one. So at Barbara and Wilcox, Huberty became he got multiple promotions. He got multiple promotions, and he was seen as a good, hardworking employee. And in the 70s, he made between $25,000 and $30,000 a year. Lowballing it with inflation nowadays, that's $190,000
He's a brokey.
Yeah, he's fucking
That's fucking nothing.
190 grand a year.
How old was he?
How old was he?
How old was he?
Wait, what, Noah?
He was broke.
No, he wasn't.
That's not a lot of cash.
190 grand?
It's literally fucking nothing, bro. What do you mean?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, hold on. Hear me out. All right.
Okay.
How much? No, can you say that again? How much?
$190,000.
Noah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Noah's like, but I'm gonna be a pilot.
I'm not saying that. I'm also a brokey. That's not a lot of money. If you don't make $10 million a year, you're a brokey. I'm
Okay.
also a brokey.
Okay, so he was fucking with me. I got.
Don't forget, you're $80,000 in debt. You have no right to speak. I'm richer than you.
Yeah. I'm only 10, so.
$10,000 in debt?
Yeah.
Noah looks like he's about to jump through your screen and like
He does.
strangle you.
He's gonna strangle me when you go to Prime today. It doesn't matter.
So
I'm poor.
Huberty was so like well off that he bought.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
So
Go ahead.
So Huberty was so well off that he bought a 3-story house in Malison, Ohio, but it got burnt down in 1971. No, there wasn't like a specific reason. It was like probably just an accident, but he later would buy another house and then built an apartment complex on top of their burnt house that they had, and then they would manage that apartment complex for years to come.
Well, it makes sense.
To
they
make
probably
more
lost
money.
a lot of money on that. Yeah, they probably just wanted to make money on the house.
To make more, because he's making $190,000 a year. I mean, he's making $25K a year, which is a lot back in 1970. And then he built the apartment complex. He managed it with his wife, and they made more income from all the tenants that they got. And in 1972, Huberty's first daughter, Zelia, was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Why are they all sounding like off-brand Nintendo characters?
Now,
every single person is sounding like off-brand Nintendo character.
in 1974, he had another daughter, and her name was Cassandra.
Okay.
Which is normal.
Why does the first child always get the weirdest name, and then the second child gets the normal name, and then
I don't know.
they keep getting normal?
I'd say, I mean, I'm sure we're all aware of the Kardashian/West family lineage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Their offspring is
They
named.
fuck like rabbits. That's the
North.
Kardashians.
They're gross. They're
Yeah.
gross.
They are.
However,
I could just say though, from normal experience though, they got a unique name. My name is fucking boring as fuck. My brother's got some unique ass name.
Is my name unique? I don't think my name is.
Yes, yours is. I literally have the third most basic name in the world.
Noah.
Riley's is pretty nice. It's
Eh.
also unisex.
Yeah.
Noah is a
Pretty good middle of the road.
unisex name apparently in Quebec.
Wow.
Well, listen, Riley. If I was like one of your parents, I would have said your name would have been Jesus. Still
Why
look
not?
like Jesus to me.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Your contact is still Jesus in my phone.
That's funny. But going into 1974, not all was good in the Huberty household. James Huberty, unsurprisingly, has a history of abusing his family. Not just his wife, but his whole family. He expanded.
In them?
No.
I'm normal for redneck families. I ain't gonna lie. No offense if you're a redneck.
Yeah, this
that's
is
kind
a-
of that's kind
I'm
of
sorry.
A lot of
The-
offensive you're a redneck. This
we
is
have Cassandra, fucking Xerxes, fucking Leonidas. We have all these people.
No.
All right, and whenever you talk about expansion, there's only one thing that goes through.
Fuck. He would slap and punch them, and apparently on several occasions held knives to their throats. This is every family member, by the way.
A most normal Ohio family.
That's fun.
That's most held together family in Ohio.
No.
What?
No.
It's so mean.
I don't know, man. Who else was in Ohio? Like, John Wayne Gacy was in Ohio. Or no, that was Chicago. I'm sorry.
I know some absolute deviants.
Listen, Chicago's a war zone. Ohio
doesn't even exist.
Ohio doesn't exist. If it does exist, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Ohio's like
It's like Mementos from Persona 5. It's weird.
Bro made a Persona 5 reference.
He did.
Yeah,
I like it because I like Persona 5. So
Riley, I did make a promise to you. I'll play Persona 5 when it comes to Switch.
And have you been?
It's fucking enjoyable.
That's good. I knew you'd like it.
What? But yeah, Ohio doesn't exist.
Yeah, it does not. That is true. It does not exist. And if you're from
Same
Ohio,
thing with. I'm not from Ohio.
No, I'm just saying if the viewer is from Ohio, subscribe and we'll know you're real.
Then we'll know Ohio exists.
Yeah.
It's like
However,
the
until you
state of
subscribe-
Wyoming. Wyoming does not exist either.
That too.
Well, hold on. Here's the obligatory part where we tell you to like, subscribe, ring the bell
Yeah.
for future notifications. Also follow us on TikTok
Mm-hmm.
and
Instagram and Twitter.
Instagram as well, and
Twitter.
Make sure to send us your ideas for the podcast.
Yep.
Also give us your social security number and your mother's maiden name.
We got a Tumblr account as well.
We do.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have.
No.
We have Bodacious True Crime at AOL.com. That's another.
Okay. Anyway, we got to move on.
AOL does not fucking exist.
Yes, it
Noah.
does.
It doesn't exist. Fuck you. Let's go.
So, Edna claims that she began asking Huberty to get some sort of mental health counseling, but he always refused, and he had mental issues, depression, and Edna did go out of her way to try to be nice to Huberty so he would not abuse her. And it wasn't just his family that didn't like him. Literally, no one liked Huberty. And he did not like anybody else. A lot of people...
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, a lot of people saw him as ill-tempered and paranoid. He reportedly went out of his way to always argue with people if he thought that they had slighted him in any way.
Slighted him?
They
Sure, this is
slighted
not
him.
a story about me.
I don't know.
That's what I was gonna
I
say.
don't
It's
think
very
you want it to be.
really close to me.
Yeah, I don't think you want it to be about you.
Ollie's the guy that watches Joker, and as he's walking out of the movie theater, he's like,
Was that about me?
Who made this movie?
No,
No.
I can't make that joke. That joke would be too fucked up. Riley, if I make this joke, please, if it doesn't meet your standards,
Go ahead, Ollie. Remember when
I was there. Listen, wait. I did make a joke before, and I think you left it in.
Yeah, the fucking Michelin style thing. So go ahead,
Ollie,
tread lightly.
You are gonna get fired from any future job.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Ollie,
And I'm really afraid of making this joke.
Look,
And the FBI just knocking on my door.
I've exposed myself on the podcast as well. I literally spent 20 minutes just bad mouthing the FAA.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, you're never getting a job at an airlines. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna slowly pull out a recording of the phone with that on it, and be like, nah, kid.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, the joke was, what do you mean? I won't be walking into the movie. I'll be walking towards it with a gun.
Oh god.
Like that guy back in 2012.
In Minecraft. Anyway.
You're keeping that in. I know you're gonna keep that shit
probably.
in.
So
fuck. There goes all my future jobs.
yeah.
I was let down by that joke. I was expecting more from him.
He was. One time he told a father of 2 girls to have the girls fight out their disagreements.
Like, with their fists?
Yes. And Huberty said, quote, "I believe in paying my debts." That was his thing. He liked to pay his debts.
No, you should have paid.
Which means get revenge, I guess.
Oh, get his get back.
Yeah. And so Huberty was a conspiracy theorist and survivalist. And he believed that both Jimmy Carter and later Ronald Reagan were conspiring against him somehow.
Those are the two goofiest presidents. I didn't know.
Okay, yeah, no, this is no longer a story about me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's happening.
But if you add in the FBI, Ollie's like, fuck, this is about me.
no,
Literally, all you have to add
the
in
only
is
person
guns.
that I'm genuinely paranoid about is some people in this friend group. I was like, somebody in this group is gonna be the one that kills me.
And Huberty was preparing for the end of the world. And he thought that we were going to go to war with the Soviets and the world was going to end. Which is understandable. A lot of people thought that.
Even now.
For Y2K or like after? No, this is before, right?
Yeah, no, Ollie, this is
This
like
is
the
in the 60s,
70s.
Okay, yeah.
About to be in the 80s.
Yeah, this guy's way ahead of his time.
He is
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Bro,
This is the Cold War.
Dude, there
Like
is
the
some
Y2K
goofy shit
before
going on in the Cold War. Bro, everything so far, you can't blame the guy.
No, you cannot, because a lot of people thought there were going to be war with the Soviets.
Yeah.
Yeah, ships across the street from each other, about to shoot each other.
Neighbors reportedly said that Huberty had so many guns in his house that no matter where he stood, I know Ollie's going to say this is about him. No matter where he stood, he could grab a loaded firearm with the safety off.
Do you guys watch Kevin Hart?
That's an actual role you get trained in if you're doing like any like survival training or
Mhm.
any type of training that requires you to have a weapon on you at all times. First rule is always keep the gun on safe, and the other one is make sure a gun is in hands distance. If you
Yeah.
have a firearm, you would want it in hands
So
distance.
so within every 6 feet of my house, I have to have a gun.
Yes.
No, in arm's reach, which means from your shoulder to the tips of your fingers.
Okay, so beautiful. This is I'd say about probably 3 feet.
Yeah, there's
So
people.
everywhere in my house, I need 3 feet
Yes.
of a gun.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, but you would preferably, have a gun that you always carry around, like, a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I want a SPAS 12.
Well, in November of 1982, shit got worse for Huberty and his family because he got laid off from his welding job.
No.
Yeah.
Now he's really a bogey.
Oh yeah. Shut the fuck up. After that, shit got fucking bad for him. One of his coworkers said that Huberty told him that if he couldn't provide for his family, he would just kill himself and take everybody with him.
Hey, that's literally. Never mind.
That sounds like
Nah,
that sounds like
me.
something.
No,
No, that
that's-
sounds like something he. That sounds like. Listen,
But-
I didn't hear more of the story, but that sounds like something he would say to somebody.
right. No,
It's
not a red flag.
defending Huberty.
That's a pretty big red flag.
No,
You're
it's not.
defending a mass murderer. How dare you?
It's not that bad, Ollie. I mean,
I would not hire this man if I was a
shut the fuck up.
gunsmith.
No, I wouldn't trust you with a fucking. I wouldn't trust you with a lead pipe.
You're gonna get on a plane in 2 years and you're gonna see my happy ass looking at me like,
I would immediately get off the fucking plane.
not allowed. They're gonna strap you to a seat. We're gonna have the air marshals tie you up in the back.
No, I would get off the plane and just don't care about the ticket. I'll walk out of the airport. I don't give a fuck what I was going on that plane for. I don't care. I'm not going on that
You
flight.
just see me like menacingly.
I like
standing.
how a while ago Ali was down to go flying with Noah, and now he's just like,
No, I know.
Okay.
That's just a
Not to
genuine
toot my own
joke.
horn. I'm pretty good at it. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's just a joke. Noah's a good pilot.
So, so according to his wife, Etna, after Huberty got laid off, he began hearing voices, and he tried to kill himself in early 1983, but his wife unfortunately talked him out of it. And,
Unfortunately,
he killed almost 30 people, Noah. Yeah, unfortunately.
well, we haven't gotten there.
Okay,
yet,
yeah, so,
all
okay.
right? But
At this
Like,
point,
human
on.
life is precious.
At this point, he is potentially able to be saved, I guess.
I can help him. That's his wife. I can change him.
Later, Edna did say she regretted talking him out of killing himself. I would like to point
And
that out.
technically, she killed all those people. If you think about it,
Shut the fuck
it's
up.
kind of her fault.
So Huberty continued to not be able to find employment in Ohio. he had to sell the apartment complex because they had such a they lived so nicely that he couldn't make enough money just off of being a landlord to support his family. So
You know what that is?
he's broke. He's a brokey.
That's a brokey mentality. You
This-
spend more than you have.
Dude, Noah is fucking...
Man was ahead of his time. He already got to like the '08 crash.
Ollie.
08 crash?
Ollie, it's
Yeah, the
1983.
This is the fucking 70s.
It's
Yeah, like the man was
1983.
ahead of it. Like he was ahead of his time, bro. Like think about it. Ahead of the Y2K era, ahead of the '08 crash.
Ollie, this was the best the
Next thing
economy
you're gonna
was
tell
going
me
to be
he
for the rest
owns a
of time.
fucking Lamborghini Countach.
No.
This
Ollie,
man was
this-
ahead of his time.
There will never be a time where the economy is as good as it was then. And
Yeah.
he sold his house. That's when he should have kept his house.
Yeah. He sold his apartment complex. But you know what if you're Huberty, what do you do when you sell your apartment? Okay, let's put ourselves in the mind of James Huberty. What do we do with the money that we take from the apartment complex?
I have an idea.
Go ahead, Ollie.
I have an idea as well.
Let's do one by one. Ollie, go ahead.
Cocaine, blackjack, and hookers.
Could not be further from what he did. Go ahead, Noah. It was the same thing.
No. So he's probably gonna go to like one of those like those like when you're on a golf course, they have those like golf carts driving around that have like those snacks.
Uh-huh.
He was gonna like buy a bunch of those like really small tacos. Okay, so like a bunch of those and then like some chicken strips with like a Sprite.
Okay.
Is that
I
the
can
ballpark
probably
related?
guess the correct answer. Do you want me to give it another shot?
Let me get a guess from Sammer. What do you think he did with when he sold the apartment complex and later he goes to sell his house? What do you think he does with the money to make it last longer? He sold his house and an apartment
Drugs.
complex. What?
Drugs.
No. Ollie, what do you think he actually did?
I think he sold his house and apartment.
Yeah.
He didn't make it last long, but what he did do was he moved all his guns, all his shit to a bunker.
No.
Okay.
Actually, you are okay. He did do that. He put his family's some of their belongings in a storage container with his guns in Ohio. But how do you make money last long when you're broke and you can't get a job?
Beg.
You move to Mexico.
It's yellow in Mexico.
It is.
That's why he went there.
Yeah, because he likes yellow.
I haven't seen
McDonald's.
Breaking Bad.
It connects.
It does. However, there is one McDonald's that's actually blue or teal.
Oh fuck.
It's actually in Albuquerque.
That one
There's
does
a
not count?
there's a McDonald's that's green.
That is a poopy color.
It's like a gross color green too. It's right off of campus. Yeah. So Huberty moves to Tijuana because he thought his money would last longer.
Oh, okay. No, that actually makes sense.
But after living in Tijuana for 3 months, he could not find a job. So he decides to move to a poor area in San Diego called San Ysidro.
It's like the Wish version of San Diego.
Yeah, it's like a suburb or something. It's like inside of San Diego, but it's like a and so when he moved to San Ysidro, he got a job as a security guard. He actually finds employment.
What does it make him there?
I actually don't know, but it was enough to have a 2-bedroom apartment and get some of their stuff back from the storage container in Ohio.
But he was still.
Yes, he was still a brokey.
I'm gonna assume he owns like. You said he has access to guns at any time or any place in his house.
Well, in this new apartment, I don't know if that was necessarily the case. However, he does have guns still. He didn't just not bring all of them with him. He just didn't.
Do you know how many he had exactly?
Not in his house. However, I know that when they caught him, he had 3 guns on him. So
But in total, like before he moved,
tons.
tons. So I'm going to give a rough estimate. Let's say 200 guns.
I don't know if I go that high, but a lot. Well, if you can reach anywhere in your house, maybe.
Well, no,
That's like-
it's probably operating.
Let's assume 2-story house, 4-bedroom, downstairs area, kitchen, living room,
Right.
dining room, right? Let's assume like that. 200 guns. Let's say half of them are rifles and half are like mixed, right?
Hey, pump.
If you sold,
Yeah, no, go ahead.
if you sold almost all of them and kept like 5,
Well,
you would have had enough money to live a comfortable life.
go ahead, Noah.
May
Yeah.
I? There is no fucking
Yeah,
way this
there's
man could have bought that many fucking
200
guns.
guns.
What are you talking
You
about?
underestimate in the 80s.
No, I don't think he could have done it.
No, in the
Ollie,
80s and the
Ollie.
70s. No,
Bro,
listen.
he probably
Hear me
had
out.
like
No,
3
hear me out.
guns.
In the 70s, 80s, like right after World War II, there was so much Russian surplus of Mosin guns and literally the SKS that you could buy one for $10.
It doesn't. I don't think it matters, but I don't think he had anywhere close to 200 guns. But if it's true that he could go anywhere in his house and still get a gun, even if it's not physically within arm's reach, he had a lot of guns.
He was living in San Jose, whatever the fuck it was called. There's no way he has 200 guns.
That was in Ohio.
No, I'm saying,
in
before.
In San Ysidro, he had nowhere near as many guns as he used to.
Also, he lost. Sorry.
I was gonna say, even in Ohio, he didn't have any. Like, he had a lot, but not like that much.
Dude, that's expensive.
Yeah.
That's probably nearly 200 guns.
But one thing you got to think about is even if he like, he wouldn't sell them because he's like is paranoid that it's gonna be the fucking end of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually, paranoid people go above and beyond with guns.
Well,
If
yeah.
they have the money.
They could also buy stolen guns for dirt cheap.
Bro, he's not fucking Walter White yet, bro. I haven't even watched the show. Why am I making my... Look,
Yet again, high points don't exist where you could go to the shelf and buy.
It's
$100
1972!
I know, I'm saying high points don't exist yet.
It was easier to get a hold of weapons back then, though.
Yeah,
you
you
could.
could.
Your nuts, Sam. How about that?
There was literally a guy that went and bought an SKS for like $100 and shot up his college.
Okay. So how about we let the guy that actually knows the story finish the story?
Yeah, continue.
I'm like triple checking, and I cannot find anything about how many guns he had in his premises, at least.
I don't
here's
think
what I'll
that
say.
information will be relatively out there. Because
Yeah, no, I did a
Well,
lot
no.
of searching for this, so.
Here's what I'll say. It is only fair to assume that the only guns that we should care about are the ones that he used
Yeah.
when he did the thing. Because this didn't take place at his house. So how many guns he owned didn't really
when
matter.
we get to the guns he used, one of them I'll say today. I can tell you the exact market value for it. Today value.
Mm-hmm.
It's the unicorn of guns. Actually,
Okay.
two of them.
Was it Colt Patterson?
No,
The 9mm Browning, I'm assuming, is what he's talking about. Let's continue before we get too into that.
I can tell you both of them when they come up.
Okay.
But one of them is worth 10K and the other one is worth 30K because
Bro, Colt Patterson's worth $1 million.
Okay.
It's probably because there was one. It is
Oh
probably
no, there was a bunch of them. Anyways.
So yeah, in April of 1984, he works as a security guard trainer in this federally funded program. So he had enough money to buy a 2-bedroom apartment and get some of his shit back, and things were looking up for him.
Let's go.
For approximately like April, May, June, July, 3 months. Until he was fired from his job on July 10th.
How would you get fired as a fucking
Can I
security
guess
guard?
why?
It was... Go ahead, Ollie.
I'm going to say he stole something.
It was just from poor performance.
Oh, okay.
Bro.
Because he had to be trained. He was a trainer himself, not a security guard.
Yeah.
So he had to be trained and then train other people. So he must have been doing pretty fucking bad.
Can we get some stats on this guy? How tall is he?
Oh, I actually don't know. Hold on, let me look it up.
He was probably the guy that told the people he was trading Yeah, you can sit on your gun.
No, bro.
Or
Like
scratch your head with your pistol.
his physical stats will determine a lot of this. I feel like he's a shorter guy.
I don't know.
Is there a mic shot of him?
There's a picture in general.
Is there a mugshot?
No.
Was he arrested?
No, he was not arrested.
Oh well, that's where this is going.
Yeah. There's no height or anything like that, but if you want to look,
so my catharsis, is that even how I should use that word?
He was 41 when this occurred, and he looked like that.
Can I say off of that image?
Yes.
He looks like he would perform really bad at just the
Bro,
job.
he looks like the Walmart Jeffrey Dahmer. What is this?
He looks older than 41, I will say that.
Why do all of these motherfuckers have the same glasses?
I know.
Crazy.
Dude, those glasses are sick. I ain't gonna front.
I feel like those are the prison issue glasses, aren't? No, he didn't go to jail.
They're fucking awesome.
Those look cool.
I'm wearing a pair of them right now.
I love those glasses.
What do you think?
He looks like an incel. He looks like an incel.
Bro, he looks like he looks like he goes on the Cheesetainment subreddit and just fucking talks all the shit.
So that was on July 10th, 1984. Keep these days, track of these days.
His life moved so fast.
Yeah, because July 17th, 1984, literally a week later, Huberty got to the apex of his mental health issues. His life, literally, he was at the worst point in his life. So what do you think logically he did?
So this is no meta knowledge.
Mass shooting.
No meta knowledge. Nothing.
Yeah, no knowledge.
I'm just gonna guess that since it was invented around the time they decided to do chains of a particular restaurant called McDonald's, and since it has been proven up to this point that he likes firearms, that he went into a McDonald's with firearms and asked them to give everyone free mini tacos and chicken tenders.
No. I can tell you exactly what he did.
What did he do?
He started the movie falling down as the main character. And he did the scene where he was asking for breakfast at lunchtime.
Or he made a remix of the song that Lil Peep made called Falling Down and did a really fire feature, which caused the CEO of Atlantic Records to reach out to him personally, signing him onto a record deal where he would go on to make hundreds of millions of dollars and unfortunately overdose on Xanax in 2017.
He called a mental health hotline?
It was all so fucking
Huberty called a mental health hotline in San Diego. He called the San Diego Mental Health Clinic, and he basically told them that he was depressed. And he said, they said, we will call you back in 2 hours. So sit tight.
What?
Yeah, they told him, they were like,
fucking put him on hold?
Yeah, they said, we just stay, they were like, just stay there, we'll call you back in 2 hours.
I'm so happy the suicide hotline became like a government-funded program.
Yeah. This is like a state thing, Ollie. This is the San Diego Mental Health Clinic.
Yeah, if shit like this happened today, yeah, that hotline would get like...
Guys, okay.
Oh, you're about to hear some fucked up shit. So
I was gonna say, why don't we try to get sponsored by McDonald's for this?
Shut the fuck. So
Riley's cutting so much out of this.
Yeah, you're right. So Huberty reportedly sat by the phone and waited. He waited 2 hours, but then he waited some more. He never got a call back from the San Diego Mental Health Clinic.
Bro, that is so fucking bad.
And would you like to know why? This is because the woman on the phone, the clerk, thought Huberty seemed too calm to be an emergency case. So she marked it as a non-emergency case, and for emergency cases,
you fucked up.
For emergency cases, the max that they're allowed to put them on hold for was 2 hours. But for non-emergency cases, the max that they can put you on hold for is 2 days. Now, not only this, but to add insult to injury, she misspelled his name in the database. Instead
Beauty.
of James Huberty, she thought his name was James Schuberty.
Schuberty?
Yeah, Schuberty.
Dumb bitch.
Yeah, so
Oh.
That is the easiest way to
So I
there's a lot to unpack.
yeah. No, but here's the thing. In my head now, that's two people that could have stopped this.
Oh yeah, Etna.
Like that's crazy. We have fucking Iris, and then we
Mhm.
have this
woman.
This lady.
I don't know what we don't know what her name is, but
Yeah.
Quick,
Good thing, because people would fucking kill her.
oh yeah. The next day, July 18th, 1984, Huberty told his wife, and I shit you not, direct quote, "Well, society had their chance."
Hey, okay. I don't want to clap because this guy's a fucking dirtbag, but that is
That
so
was cold.
fucking-
Hey, wait
That
until
is ice cold.
That's
No.
like a One Piece quote.
Noah. This next quote is literally fucking fire if it wasn't attached to a killing of almost 30 people and the wounding of 19 people.
Oh damn, he was accurate.
Oh no, he was not. That's the point.
Did he get the
Oh.
highest kill count for a mass shooting?
At
That
the
sounds
time,
pretty
yes.
high.
This sits at number. I have it written down, but we'll get to it. This is top 10 still, but at the time it was the
No?
mass shooting.
You,
was
Wait,
you literally
in-
got attacked.
In the world or U.S.?
Should have used this
in the
nuke.
U.S.
Okay.
This is still top 10. So he says that to his wife. Afterwards, he took his wife and his kids to a McDonald's in Claremont, not the one in San Ysidro. They had lunch, and then they returned home, where Huberty kissed his wife goodbye, and he said he wasn't coming back. His wife asked him where he was going. He says, Huberty responds, "Going hunting for humans."
Yikes.
I feel like if he just said going hunting, that would have been colder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Because imagine like you have a gun, you're walking out. I'm not coming back.
where you going?
Shh, going hunting. Opens up the door. And immediately gets one tap by a sniper.
Yeah,
But
if only. So
if only.
this next part is going to be very time heavy. I'm going to talk about the actual shooting, and we're going to go point by point to like what happens. It's also very depressing, and while reading this, I was like, when I like was writing the notes for this, I was felt with like an overwhelming sense of dread. So if you don't want that, or if you're like sensitive to violence and stuff, you could skip this or keep listening to it, but leave so I can have the views.
Or if you're super cool, watch it and listen to it because you've already gotten this far.
Yep,
Why not finish?
exactly.
Be a man, essentially.
Be a
That's
man.
what we're saying.
Also, everything that you're about to hear,
Or listen, we gotta
What?
be fair. There's females that watch this.
There is.
Be a woman.
Be a woman.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Everything that we're about to describe, everything, literally every single thing, this is not a joke. This man said he relates to it. Continue.
Yeah, no, this is good. Literally in the future when they have to like backtrace my like they do it back. Dude, I'm so happy like my background check happened before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that happened after, yeah, I would not have been hired.
At 3:56 p.m. on July 18th, 1984, Huberty arrives to the McDonald's located on San Ysidro Boulevard. In his possession, he had a 9mm Browning HP semi-auto handgun, an Uzi, and a 12-gauge pumped shotgun. He also had hundreds of rounds of ammo for each gun on him.
Question?
Yes.
Is it documented how he was carrying the ammo? Because I'm envisioning multiple Rambo-style straps.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
imagine
just-
that
I-
as well.
I
I'm
can
imagining
Backpacks.
loading it up, fucking
said
having a
1,000.
belt and shit like that.
Yeah,
You said
literally, like-
1,000 rounds of ammunition.
No,
right?
multiple hundreds of
Bro
rounds.
said ammunition. This is not GTA.
Thousands of rounds, right? Let's just say 100,000 rounds.
No, Ollie, hundreds, not 100,000s.
Hundreds of thousands. He has a fucking U-Haul truck just
No.
full of fucking ammo.
No, honestly, no. Magazines back then used to carry a lot. an Uzi
Ollie,
mag, like, staying.
nothing in a fucking A10 Warthog doesn't carry 100,000 rounds.
No, 100,000 could be split up against a battalion of fucking 10.
Oh
It's one dude. He told us what he was going hunting.
No, this guy. Listen, this is how he walked into
Oh
the
my
McDonald's.
You're the expert for bringing it in here,
Listen,
bro.
this
What
is how
is
the guy
this?
walked into the
Yeah.
McDonald's.
He
He walked in like
oh
this.
my fucking
Over each hand, he had a
Bro.
duffel bag, and then he had a bag dragging behind him.
He is not a fucking bionicle. This is
Yeah.
not how life works.
he had a
Bro,
he very quickly uses the shotgun ollie that he has in his hand.
hundreds of
Yeah. Do you want me to
know how much
get
that
into the
is?
bullets?
Yeah,
Can you
Ollie.
comprehend this?
Ollie can show us some bullets.
I don't have a shotgun,
Okay.
slug, but I can tell you, it's around the thickness of my thumb. I can fit an
Right.
entire, like my thumb fits snugly in there. For exact precision, I have a caliper, and I'll measure my thumb for the people at home.
Ollie, one
But,
thing before you do that.
Huh?
Can you please show us the size of a bullet? I know you have some around you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you have tons of
yeah.
ammo.
9 millimeters. That's the thickness of my thumb, my sausage of a thumb.
Mhm.
I can generally fit that in a 12 gauge barrel, or not 12 gauge. 12 gauge, snugly. This, my friends, is 7.62 by 54R.
Audio
Yeah,
listeners
yeah.
can suck my cock, by the way.
Yeah,
Cool.
fuck you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You don't exist. You guys are fucking bitch ass motherfuckers.
Okay, hold on. So, according to you, this man by himself, without any artillery helping him, carried. Can you please hold the bullet
I
up to the
can, I
screen?
can tell you
Can you-
exact. I can tell you probably the exact amount he had. He probably had 1,000 rounds on him.
Right, but that's not what you said about 2 minutes
no,
ago.
that was a
Before,
joke.
you were trying
That
to
was a
justify
joke.
him
Fuck
having
you.
100,000 of those.
Yeah, that was
In
a
his
joke.
fucking ass.
Oh my God.
Where would he keep the bullets?
No, what would be really? You want to know?
We're
What would
talking
be,
about him having 200 guns.
you want to know how many? Okay,
He's not Dr. Evil. Okay, he isn't Magneto. He isn't Dr. Doom. Okay, what are you on? All right, he had 3 guns. Anyway,
I was gonna say. So this is 7.62 by 54R. This is 7.62 by 39. This is basically what AKs are chambered in.
Yeah.
5.56 would be skinnier than this. It would be 2.23. 2.23 or 5.56. This is 9 mil. This is what his pistol and Uzi was chambered in,
Mm-hmm.
most likely. This is a slow bullet, but hits like a fucking truck. If you've ever gotten
yeah.
hit by this, congrats if you survived. If you didn't, thank you for listening beyond the grave. But yeah, this bullet will literally rip through your body. Very strong, very slow. But if you have it, 9mm Browning high point was single stack magazine, so it doesn't double stack. So instead of the ammo being like this, it's straight.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, it's not double stacked, so it can probably only hold 10 rounds if he has an extendo clip. But if he has normal magazine, he has 7 + 1, so 8 rounds total. The Uzi is also chambered in this. The Uzi normal magazine is 40 rounds or 20 rounds, depending. I'm going to assume 20 rounds because that's what was everywhere. That was literally like pieces of candy. 20 + 1, that was, or 20 + 1, that's 21 fully. Whenever you say plus, that usually means 1 in the chamber. And this is 22 LR. Tiny ass bullet. What was that dumbass killer that used this little pea shooter of a
The
cartridge?
fucking son of Sam.
This little pea shooter that will just hit me and bounce off.
Yeah.
This is used to kill rats and pigeons. If you use this for hunting anything that isn't rats and
Wait.
pigeons,
So you're now saying, after claiming that a poor man had 200 guns and he also had access to 100,000 rounds of ammunition, that pigeon and rat hunting is now a thing.
no, no.
I'll
farmers,
question
it's
for
not,
you, bro.
it's not
Are
actually,
you from Dayton, Ohio? Because that is the only place any of this shit's happening, man.
no,
I don't trust it.
Farmers
I don't
use-
trust it.
No, farmers actually use 22 LR to kill rats. Pigeon hunting
Pigeons?
is pigeons is an actual thing you can hunt.
Who the fuck shoots pigeons?
You shoot them if you go near your
Have you
property.
never eaten pigeon before?
You eating pigeon?
Yeah, you're Middle Eastern. How the fuck have you not?
No.
Yeah,
no.
Middle Easterners eat pigeons.
Never have you?
We eat mojille and kafta. All right.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Monarchia goes with pigeon. Uzi uses this thing, which is a fucking zipper of a cartridge.
Well, no, Kaya, the whole point of the fucking Uzi is it's shooting those like a bunch at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah,
But
that's
he
not the Uzi. That's the Mac 10. The Mac 10 has
That's
a
a
very
That's a rap.
Uzi is a very slow fire rate, but
No, I played Call of Duty, Ali. I know how fast the Uzi shoots.
Okay, let's move on.
I'm gonna
Look at
fucking murder Noah.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking you.
So, when Huberty entered the restaurant, he literally, frame one, immediately pulled his Frame one. He pulls his shotgun out and aims it at employee John Arnold. There's a lot of Hispanic names in this, so I will mispronounce one of them at least.
Don't you know how to speak his?
Oh wait, hold on. A question about his positioning.
Yeah.
And actually correlated on like Ali being stupid.
Mhm.
Anyway, was this immediately when he like frame one like he immediately pulled it out, or did he walk up with the shotgun?
He walked up with the gun in his hand.
No,
Okay, so he did a WWE entrance like he
Have
walked.
you
Yeah.
ever? Noah, have you ever watched the shooting that happened at the church? The guy said subscribe to PewDiePie. That fucker.
Yeah, in fucking.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you remember how that guy walked in and just mag dumped with the shotgun at first? That's literally what
He did this, yes. So he pulls his gun out, he aims it at the guy, at John Arnold, and the assistant, before he can pull the trigger though, the assistant manager named Guillermo Flores, again, I'm sorry, I'm white, I'm gonna
No,
butcher
you
these.
pronounced it right. No, you pronounced it right.
Oh yeah. But he says, "Hey John, that guy's gonna shoot you," and when Huberty pulled the trigger, nothing happened.
Bro
Yeah,
fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
Bro. Okay, hold on. All right.
Did
so,
he have a light strike or was the gun not racked?
I don't fucking know, Ollie.
How did
Okay,
this happen?
what was the guy's name? I'm about to search this up.
James
Bro.
Huberty. The gun was like
how
James.
did you forget Huberty's name? Hold on. All right. He wakes up that morning.
Yeah.
He eats breakfast. Talks to his wife.
He knows that it's time.
I'm gonna be gone for a bit. Never coming back actually. Yeah. Hunted. Gets in his car. Plays Living on a Dream.
Hey, he had a fucking pump action shotgun.
He's fucking driving, right? He's playing some Tupac or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then pulls up. Time to go hunting. Kicks down the door. Walks in. Someone calls him out. Oh, well, too late. He had all that time to check the gun. However, he's dumb. Anyway, on to whatever is about to happen over here.
To his, well, not really to his defense, fuck the guy. He was using a Winchester pump action.
Okay.
Those guns have light strikes all the time. Light strikes is when forgot the name of it. Part that make bullet go bang bang. That hits the primer.
Mm-hmm.
A hammer.
No, it's not a hammer. It's
a hammer.
No, there's a hammer disconnector, and then shotguns and every other weapon made past the year fucking 2000.
2000?
Sorry.
2000? 2000
Past World War One. Every gun past World War One has a disconnector.
Hold on, I keep track.
Firing pin. There we go.
You're devious. You're devious, man.
The firing pin hit the primer and basically bounced back. That's what a
And
light strike
fired
is.
all 100,000 bullets simultaneously, right?
Yeah, he was basically the Terminator in that bitch.
Bro fucking full on bionicles it. He has like 6 arms. He pulls out fucking.
He had a light strike. Either that or he was just a fucking idiot and didn't rack his shotgun.
Yeah, so when this happened, everybody thought that it was a fucking prank. Well, actually, John Arnold thought it was a prank, and he just walked away from Huberty. But there were people who see the guy with the fucking gun and ammo, and they started leaving the restaurant.
Fair.
But some people
that
stayed because they were fucking freaking out.
The people that left, that had the presence of mind to just walk out, hey, they can handle a stressful situation pretty well.
Yeah.
That should be the immediate response.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that.
If you see a gun,
yeah, a lot of people just,
hey.
it's fight or flight, and it's fight, flight, or freeze, and a lot of people just freeze.
Yeah.
It's so not.
I'm not saying it's the fucking response that is the best response. I'm just saying that's what happens.
It probably has the lowest success rate.
It does.
I'd say flight is probably the most successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking run.
Especially when you don't have a gun.
Yeah.
So, Huberty fixed the gun, and then fired a shot into the ceiling. He pulled out the Uzi and shot the manager of the McDonald's, 22-year-old Neva Kane, and he killed her. After shooting Kane, Huberty turned and shot John Arnold with the shotgun, but he didn't kill him, he just wounded him. He commanded every... What?
He shot him with the shotgun and wounded him?
Yeah.
He didn't hit his vitals.
You fuck... Like, okay, again, no offense. How the fuck do you miss with the shotgun, manage to wound someone? Like,
he didn't miss.
He didn't, yeah, he shot him, he just wounded him.
Yeah, if you shoot somebody with a shotgun, it is 99% of the time gonna fucking kill.
He doesn't have any control over that.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the 1% chance that guy got... Okay, well, yet again...
Listen, Huberty has done nothing wrong. Well, not morally, but technically speaking, he has done nothing wrong up to this point.
Yeah.
I told you, he had no control at the government jam. Right? He's a quick thinker.
No, he was just
hyping him up to be like...
He was just an idiot and didn't clean his guns ever. Light strikes happen from having...
Yeah, he's probably a dirty-ass guy. But anyway, here's what I say. He thought on his feet. All right? Can you please cut this out, Riley? I don't want to...
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Cut this out, Riley.
Thank you, Riley.
So...
Thanks, Riley, in the future.
Yeah, thank you, future Riley. I love you.
Love you, man.
So, after shooting Kane, he wounded him, and then he commanded everybody to get on the ground. He reportedly screamed that he had already killed thousands, and that he was going to kill thousands more. He also said he said some pretty, racist shit while he was, doing this, and that he was in the Vietnam War, even though he was not in Vietnam. So...
Piece of shit.
Yeah, no, he is a piece of shit for stolen valor.
Bro, why are you trying to sound cool to a bunch of people that you're about to kill?
Murder.
I've already killed thousands of people. I swear to God. All right, I've killed thousands of them. Also, I had a Mustang, and I was in the Vietnam War, and I came here in a helicopter.
So
still have a 10-inch penis.
Literally, and I got a 70 kill game of Fortnite before this.
If I had a 10-inch dick, I'd never kill myself.
If I had a 10-inch,
no, that's literally. That is a money printing machine.
Yeah.
Just go to a porn agency. There you go. You
No.
So, what do you do, Noah? You don't even know.
Look, no, we can see you searching up Pornhub right now.
Oh my god. So,
like how you can see the hands go to the keyboard.
So Victor Rivera tried to persuade Huberty to not shoot anybody, and he tried to calm him down. And to this, Huberty responded. He shot Rivera 14 times.
With the shotgun?
I don't...
Unless he has an Ithaca, he's not shooting it that fast.
Yeah,
that man, 100% uses the Uzi.
Yeah.
Question, Ollie. Can you fit a bump stock onto a shotgun?
Depends what type of shotgun, but yes.
Because I feel like you'd have to pump it.
Not a pump action shotgun. The Sega 12, AA12, and then the AR shotgun. You can fit a bump stock too.
Wait, but semi-automatic shotguns are a thing, right?
Yeah, the Sega 12, AA12, and the AR shotgun are semi-auto.
Okay, so those don't even need a bump stock.
Yeah, there's a few sprinkled in there, but those are the big ones. There's the, I think the Orion 12 or the Origin 12.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
So
are those other? Oh, sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
I was just curious if they were effective in actual defense situation.
The Sega 12 literally Russia made to kill and exterminate a group of people. They never used it, but it was fucking devastating. The full auto version with the drum mag can literally rip through any kind of body armor. It doesn't matter. You can be wearing steel armor. That shit will just punch through.
This guy was using a Winchester, so he wasn't using that.
The Winchester, literally pump action shotguns are kind of useless with certain barrel lengths.
All right. Well, he shot a guy 14 times. Let's continue.
With the Uzi.
I'm gonna assume his shotgun was short barrel. That thing would have been useless for anything.
So Huberty then turned his attention to a group of 6 women, and a few children who were huddled underneath They were huddled together inside of the McDonald's. And he shot and killed 19-year-old Maria Colmenero Silva. And then he obliterated 9-year-old Claudia Perez with his Uzi.
What?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, you honestly have, like, you have to have no heart to shoot a child.
And
They
then,
called the fucking Anakin Skywalker, bro.
not only that, but he shot 18-year-old Jackie Rees, who was pregnant at the time,
Oh
48
my God.
times with the Uzi. Yeah. And then...
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Then, to make it fucking worse, obviously, because it's gonna get a lot worse, 8-month-old Carlos Reyes, who was Jackie's son, started crying, and Huberty shot and killed the infant with a single bullet.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
I just don't like anything involving children, bro. It's just...
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's so fucked up. So
Like, I
Huberty...
think-
Go ahead, Ollie.
I was gonna say, I think the guy that did the Christchurch shooting, I think he's fucking dead in prison. I don't know.
I hope
I
he's
think-
not in prison.
I think they put him in
Christchurch.
special protection because if you
They
do
have to
anything
do
with
that.
children, yeah, if you do anything with children, they usually put you in special protection because they
If you
know
do anything with children, you deserve a death sentence.
If
man.
they if they think you are going to die in, like, if they think you're gonna get killed in prison, they put you in like a special cell block, and it's honestly arguably better because you end up getting like special treatment. There's a serial killer and rapist in Canadian prison who I really want to cover on an episode, named Paul Bernardo, who is in a special prison in Canada. Like, he's in a special section of the prison because he raped almost 20 women and killed 3 girls. And if he ever were not to be placed in the special section, he would fucking immediately die. They have to import all of his meals from a restaurant because kitchen staff was known to spit in his food.
Good.
Bruh.
Starts
Yeah.
to death for a lifetime.
So, and I mean, fucking good. That guy's an asshole. But, like, it's just interesting how, like, he gets to go out for, I think, an hour a day. He gets special food. And it's weird, you know, like how you do something so bad that you end up, they try to protect you, but...
You know, people like to talk a lot about how the death penalty shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
And it's reasons like this that I wholeheartedly disagree.
there should be a special penalty called the torture penalty.
Well, no,
Like-
all I'm saying is France shouldn't have stopped using the guillotine.
No, what I mean the torture
Like-
penalty, they take you to a CIA black site
Oh, God.
and they let the CIA agents go ham on you.
Yeah, I think...
Like dull drill bits, dull chainsaw, like amputations without anesthesia level shit.
Call Trevor fucking
Yeah,
Phillips.
Noah,
or,
Noah,
just
to,
make
like-
them so-
Yeah.
No, to go off of what you just said, I think that the doing this podcast and, like, listening to so much true crime shit makes me, like, kind of go back and forth. But I feel like the real answer is that the death penalty should only be reserved for, like, extremely horrible, like, cases
Extremely
of murder.
Well,
horrible.
it is. It is.
Extremely
It's-
horrible
well, 'cause
cases
you
should
can
involve
be-
children.
You can be put to death for just one murder. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends on. Well,
Depends on
they
the
don't
state.
just look at the. Well, it depends on the state. But I've heard the stories of people that killed one person, but what did they do? Well, it took place over the course of a week, and they
Mhm.
found the guy with a brick tied, with
Yeah.
his legs tied together. So yeah, you killed one guy, but you fucking tortured him. for a
Yeah.
week. You know what I'm saying? So I believe personally, you kill one person if they can prove without. This is where people have problems with the death penalty. This
Mhm.
isn't you have a problem with the death penalty. It's the obvious fact that our justice system is fucked.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. You don't have to have 2 brain cells to know that, right?
Yeah.
But the concept of the death penalty itself makes perfect sense, right? It is
Yeah, you-
literally justice. If you're willing to take a life,
You should
you're
fucking
willing
have
to
your
get your
life
life taken.
taken. I agree.
However, they need to be able without no fucking jury. They need to be able to prove that 100%. They can't be going off of people's opinions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to have proof that this guy did it, because a lot of people are.
I definitely agree with you. Like, if you torture somebody and like make it last for,
it's about how it happens.
Yeah, that is
You know what I'm
definitely a
saying?
factor. You know, if you end up killing, where there's cases where it's like self-defense or an accident. I mean, people can
manslaughter and murder are 3 different.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying
I
that.
think what Noah's trying to say is torture murders.
No, I understand what he's saying. I'm saying, yeah, that or serial killers.
Yeah.
Fucking send them to fucking hell. I mean, I ain't bitching.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I feel like if you do anything to children, like I said, CIA black site.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, usually, honestly, I feel like anyone does. So what they have is inmates that work in legal offices and they have access to why people got arrested, and those are the guys that tell everybody else.
Yeah.
It's
honestly,
you get your public records for why you get arrested.
Yeah, no, you get your paperwork in prison, and people can see your paperwork, and then when they find out that you have bad paperwork, you get a fucking target on your back, and you get fucking shanked.
Literally.
Didn't that happen to what's his name? The Netflix documentary guy.
Yes.
Dahmer.
Oh yeah, somebody killed him.
But
yeah,
the guy that killed him, he killed him for not because who he was, because Dahmer just freaked him out, and he's like, "Fuck this."
No, he killed him because he was mentally ill, and he thought God wanted him to kill Jeffrey Dahmer. He didn't like him, but once he learned kind of what Dahmer did, he was like, "Oh, I know what I have to do," and then he fucking beat the shit out of him, and Dahmer 100% deserved it. So
yes, indeed.
I was in the cell block with Dahmer, and I found out what he did. That's paying off the guards to look the other way.
If you already have a life sentence, you got nothing to lose. I'm just saying.
Well, no, that's why anything to a kid just honestly send them to prison.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that probably should have happened is should have happened later into his sentence, after Dahmer felt the effects.
If he had gotten the death penalty and he was like waiting for his death sentence, that's different. I feel like the state should execute them, but
Dahmer wasn't going to get executed. He was going to die in prison.
Because there was no death penalty in Wisconsin at the time.
Yeah, but I feel like the guy should have held out for like a year or two. It's like, all right, fuck it, let me just go kill him today.
Okay, let's get back to the story.
Yeah, let's get back to the
story. So Huberty then shot and killed 62-year-old Lawrence Versolis. Again, I'm sorry. Before targeting a family seated near the play area of the restaurant. And they had tried to shield their son and his friend beneath a table. 31-year-old Blythe Reagan Herrera had shielded their 11-year-old son Mateo beneath one of the booths, and her husband Ronald was protecting Mateo and his friend 12-year-old Keith Thomas. Keith Thomas.
Can we acknowledge how those two died? I just pulled how they died.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
They were hiding them. Ronald Herrera shielding the boy with his body. Thomas was shot in the shoulder, arm, wrist, left elbow, but he was not severely wounded. Or he was not seriously wounded. Herrera was shot 6 times in the stomach, chest, arm, hip, shoulder, and head, but survived. And then his wife, Blythe, and son Mateo were shot and killed by numerous gunshots to the head, which is really fucked up.
Like, the way I think he did that is he just straight up walked up to them after they were down and just
sprayed them.
Literally magged them to their
head.
That's straight up like demon shit. That's devilish acts, dude.
This guy sucks ass, man.
He does. So another group of 3 women were attempting to hide underneath a booth, also in the restaurant. 24-year-old Guadalupe Del Rero, I don't know. 24-year-old Gloria Ramirez, and 31-year-old Ari Delesi Vuelvas Vargas. Forgive me. I'm sorry. They were all shot and killed by Huberty. However, the one that I struggled to pronounce her name, last name Vargas, survived for a day and then died in the hospital. All of this
Was that
happened.
critical condition?
Yeah, she passed away in the hospital the next day. All of this happened in the span of 4 minutes.
So he killed 36 people, he said?
In 4 minutes?
No. There's more. This is just
First half.
yeah. This is from 3:56 to 4 o'clock, because by 4 o'clock was when people started calling the police. But just think, he's allowed to fucking run rampant in the McDonald's with no police or anything for 4 minutes, and that's how many people he fucking killed.
Same shit happened with the New Zealand guy. He was in there for like 10 minutes. He literally went through first sweep, went out, no police, walked back in and did another sweep.
Yeah.
And literally went on the run.
Well, people started calling police, but because there was like so many calls and things were so fucking confusing, another failure, by the way, the fucking dispatch directed them to the wrong McDonald's.
Bro, that's some Batman shit.
And
how are you gonna fuck that up?
yeah, and so people were freaking, like, people in the area of the McDonald's where this actual shooting is going on were not notified that there was an active shooter in the area.
Bro.
Which leads us to the people that got killed outside of the McDonald's trying to go inside. A woman by the name of Lydia Flores drove into the drive-thru, and she saw Huberty shooting, but she was able to drive away. So she made it out okay. But at 4:05, a couple named Estaflo and Marcella Felix drove into the McDonald's parking lot, and when they saw like the windows, which were like shattered and just everything was fucked up, they assumed it was because of like renovations in the McDonald's. So as they're walking to the door, Huberty shot them. Huberty shot at them, and they were also with their 4-year-old daughter, Carlita. So Marcella was shot in the face, arm, and chest. This permanently blinded her in one of her eyes and left her left hand unusable.
Wait, she survived?
The woman, the wife in this scenario, yes, Marcella.
About the little girl.
She also survived. They were both shot. Estaflo and Katrina were both shot in the chest and head, but they all survived, which is good.
Even the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And one of them came out blind and not able to use one hand. That's honestly a pretty good deal for not dying.
That's the thing, is that in the people that do survive,
there's survivor's guilt.
It's not so much survivor's guilt. It's that, like, in the people that do end up surviving, a lot of them have like disabilities. Injuries. It's not that some people might not be permanently left affected, but there's people like her or the woman we talked about before. You know, those people are like fucked for life.
Yeah, like you put it like this: if I had an injury like that, let's just say like I was in that situation, I was shot in like the arm or something, that I was like crippled.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I wouldn't be able to do that function, it would take me back to that.
Yeah.
That's like an infinite loop of PTSD.
Yeah.
One could argue death is better than that.
Yeah, imagine how much. Imagine you have a job that is physically demanding. It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you lost that.
Yeah. Imagine there's like this really nitpicky organization that like if you take too many Flintstones vitamins in the morning, they'll deny your medical.
No. This is the second time in a row.
I'm not a fan of the FAA. I'm a fan of the FAA.
Didn't you say at the start, like, you hate the FAA?
Did you see like a red
Hey,
dot?
didn't you say at the part that you fucking agree with the guy that's doing all this shit?
Here we go.
I did not say I agree with
So,
fuck.
Separately to this, 3 11-year-old boys pulled up to the McDonald's on their bikes.
Okay.
because they wanted to get ice cream.
They got Chief play on the speakers.
They got shot. All three of them were shot by Huberty Noah.
And he was a really
Everybody was probably playing This Is America as he killed these kids.
He was a fucking.
He was an asshole. He was 2 out of the 3 unfortunately died. To paint
These are real people, guys. It's not funny. Come on.
I'd like to paint you a picture. One of the boys who did survive, his name was Joshua Coleman, later described seeing his 2 friends, Omar Elsanso and David Flores Delgado. He recalled them lying on the ground with several bullet wounds, vomiting. So, that's pretty fucked up.
I would say that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty fucked up.
Huberty then later notices a elderly couple walking towards the doors, and this was 74-year-old Miguel Victoria Loa and 69-year-old Ada Victoria. And as Miguel reached to open the door for his wife, Huberty fired his shotgun and killed Ada with a gunshot wound to the face. While doing this, he wounded Miguel, and later, one survivor named Oscar Mondragon, I don't know if that's actually how you say his name, but that's how it's spelled, later said he saw Miguel cradling his wife in his arms, wiping blood from her face as she lay dead on the in his arms. And then he cursed at Huberty, who approached him in the doorway, swore at him, he didn't say what, and then shot Miguel in the face, killing him.
Just a bad day to be at McDonald's.
That's sad.
Yeah.
So how much time has passed?
I'm glad you asked. 15 minutes.
I was about to say, how many entrances does this place have? It has.
I guess 1 or 2.
Oh,
There's a back door.
Yeah, the
Probably an
back
emergency exit.
Or 3. Yeah.
No, it's 2 doors and then there's a third one in the back.
Yeah.
For employees.
Well, after 10 additional minutes from 4 o'clock, police arrive at the right McDonald's and they set up a barricade to block off more people from getting hurt.
Yeah, that just sounds like a.
So
Okay,
since the
why-
shooting started, how long?
15 minutes.
It's been about 15 minutes.
But how come? Okay, so this is my little continuity issue. You have people that stayed in. You also have people that ran out.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say anything. Like, hey man, you might not want to go in there.
If
There's
you're-
a guy.
If you're running away, you're not going to stay in the vicinity because you don't want them chase after you. So I'm imagining that the people took off. People who were able to escape, I'm imagining, took off as fast as possible. And even if they were able to warn people in the area, I'm imagining just people leaving in mass if they hear gunshot wounds or they hear from somebody that just passed and that there's an active shooter in the McDonald's. So people going into the area might not know that. That's the only thing I can say that would kind of explain that.
So if you want a great case of why you shouldn't stay near active shooter, I'm going to reuse Christchurch. Yes, I know it's going to get annoying after a bit. There was, I think, a guy that stayed nearby to warn other people going to the mosque. The guy, as he was leaving, saw him, stopped, and shot through his windshield and killed him.
So I just want to add, you preface this by saying, I'm going to give you a reason for why you shouldn't stay close to an active shooter. Why would you need a reason for me to stay?
No, I'm going to tell you because you said, why didn't those guys
Bro, Ollie has so many banger quotes.
I know. Dude, you two are hilarious.
You said, why didn't other people?
Yeah, no, it does make sense why nobody warned other people though.
I know. I'm just saying that he prefaced his statement by saying
it is so funny.
This is a pretty good example as to why you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Just go, just run.
So
yeah, I would understand if you go a mile away and you flag car and say, "Don't go there, you get fucking raped."
Yo, Sammer literally turned into a hat.
Yeah.
Sammer is now a hat with headphone noise.
When they set up that blockade, 175 officers were deployed to the scene and the surrounding area combined.
This is in San Diego?
Yeah.
They got 175 people just there?
This is also a SWAT team was soon dispatched. So
if he kills any more people after they get there, I'm gonna be a little sad.
He does. Hubert begins firing at police, and due to him switching guns, as well as police kind of said afterwards that and I think this is kind of bullshit. I don't know. It's stupid. Basically, the windows were not like completely broken through. There was just the bullet holes and then like the spider web style like cracks in them. They said that because of the glare from the sun, they couldn't see inside of the McDonald's through the windows, which could be true. I'm just saying it seems kind of stupid.
Well, can't you just go to the other side of the McDonald's where the sun isn't shining on the windows?
That, or maybe it's just the lights from inside. It's stupid. So they basically could not tell if there was more than one gunman or not.
Did they not say that in the 911 calls? Hey, there's a
actually,
guy with a gun in here.
What I was going to say is, a bunch of the people who managed to escape kept telling police there was that there was only one gunman. But they still didn't want to be, like, they wanted to be cautious.
Yeah, they're not exactly just counting how many people are murdering newborn babies.
Yeah. So by 5:05 p.m., almost an hour later.
An hour now?
Over an hour later. Police were told to shoot to kill if they had a clear shot on the shooter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No shit.
And inside the McDonald's, several survivors said that at this point, Huberty set up a radio so he could listen to the news about his shooting spree.
Oh, this is like a DB Cooper guy.
Yeah.
He's so full of himself.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Not only...
Bro.
Go ahead.
But you see, DB Cooper was cool.
He walked in that bitch, flexed about a bunch of shit that he didn't do,
yeah,
and I was listening to them talk about how cool of a guy he is. He's like, bro.
And then he turned the radio to a music station and discovered 6 more employees hiding in the back of the McDonald's. And then he shouted, "Oh, there's more of you. You're trying to hide from me." One of the female employees reportedly screamed in Spanish, "Don't kill me, don't kill me," before Huberty opened fire and killed 21-year-old Paulina Lopez and 19-year-old Elsa Barboa Ferrero. He also killed 18-year-old Margarita Padilla, okay, that's right. And then he critically wounded 17-year-old Albert Leos. He then, so yeah, while these people were dying, Padilla grabbed the hand of her friend and colleague, 17-year-old Wendy Flanagan, and then they started running, but they were both shot as they were running away. 4 other employees and a female customer managed to hide in the utility room, and they later got joined by Leos, who was injured, but he survived. They all survived, even though Leos was shot 5 times.
Okay.
So, at 5:17 p.m., Huberty had walked into the line of 27-year-old SWAT sniper Charles Foster's. He walked into his line of sight. Foster's taking the shot because he's like, "Oh fuck, this is the shooter." He fired a single shot from 35 yards away and shot Huberty in the chest, and the bullet exited through his spine, so it went clean through him, and it almost killed him instantly.
W?
Yeah.
Actually, no, not W. L.
I can tell you exactly how he fell. Imagine.
Do we need to know that?
He fell backwards, Ollie.
No.
He fell backwards. No.
Imagine grabbing a sack of potatoes and just dropping them on the floor.
Yeah.
He fell like a sack of potatoes.
So,
That shit severed his spine.
He fell back. There's no other way to describe this. He went like this, bullet went, and he went.
Let me describe to you guys how he took his last breath.
oh boy. A minute later, A minute later, police entered the restaurant, but they were still unsure of how many shooters were inside. However, they found out that he was the only one, Huberty. And he fucking died. The entire incident lasted 77 minutes, and in total, 257 rounds were fired from Huberty.
Oh, that means.
I didn't have enough to reload. How did he have enough time to reload?
Because there was no resistance.
Because there were unarmed children
And
that were
also-
probably running away.
Also,
Say
he probably
no.
had spared mags just in his back pocket.
Yeah. So including Huberty and the unborn child, there were 23 people killed, 19 injured, and only 10 people who were inside the McDonald's managed to escape. Uninjured. So Huberty killed a lot. He killed a lot of people, and he killed a lot of Mexicans. But afterwards, the media was all over his family, and they even talked to his father, who was in Ohio, like the day of, and like his father was like, "Just leave me alone." Like we're all like fucking devastated about what happened. Even his wife Etna got a lot of death threats, and the family had to move, change their names, and get fucking counseling. And because of just how many victims there were, and fucking funeral homes in the area were booked. And they held like wakes for each of the victims, and they had back-to-back funerals. Like when they had the funerals for the victims, so that they could bury people quickly. Many, even like police officers, reported having PTSD from this. And the city of San Diego, evaluated their response to the situation, and of course, they said that they did nothing wrong. And that, they said that they did nothing wrong, and it's fucked up because Huberty was allowed to be in that McDonald's before police were even called. Before police got to the scene, it was like almost 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's fucking.
When police got there, in total, this shooting lasted 77 minutes. So it's fucked,
Entirely.
And so the police chief of San Diego, William Collender, whatever, said that the police did their best, and he denied any notion that Huberty did this for, like, racist reasons. Because, like I said before, he killed a lot of Hispanics, Mexicans. So people were thinking that this was like a hate crime. And the police chief said, quote, he didn't like anybody. And that is 100% true. I don't think...
nobody liked him.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said earlier. And like I said, I don't really think that he did this because of, like... He targeted that McDonald's just because, like, that was the quickest way to kill a lot of people. And he wanted to go down. He wanted to take society down with him if he was going to fucking kill himself.
Yeah.
The McDonald's literally...
A suicide hotline failed.
Yeah. The McDonald's shut down on July 24th. And McDonald's doesn't like it when shit happens in their McDonald's locations. Like, they don't like their stuff being reused, so they demolished it. And especially in this case, where there's a fucking mass murder. McDonald's, actually, there was like a survivors fund set up, and it raised over $1 million. And the founder of McDonald's' wife, who at this point, Ray Kroc was dead, but his wife donated $100,000 of her own money. So they raised over $1 million, 1.4 mil. However, for some reason, as part of the Survivors Fund, Etna Huberty was the first person to get paid out. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she got paid out. She was the first person, despite many people protesting, even people who donated to the fund were saying that they didn't want her to get any money. But she ended up getting money.
How much money did she get?
It doesn't say, or it didn't say.
That is so.
Or at least I couldn't find it. I looked.
Edna Huberty.
I feel like she should have been the last person given.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been given the scraps. I feel like each person.
No, Well,
automatically should have had the funerals covered.
it depends on how much she got. Maybe she got less than everyone else.
Maybe she got literally $500.
The thing is that she technically did have to endure her husband's wrath because he was abusive. But, I mean, that money is, I mean, other than the domestic violence, I mean, that money is probably it's better spent in the hands of the actual victims, you know, the people who were killed, or the families that were killed or injured, you know. I mean, Etna definitely isn't like a horrible person, and she's not like I do feel bad for her because she was beat for so long, and same with their family, but like, you know, at the end of the day, I think you should prioritize the actual survivors over her. Yeah. But the city of San Ysidro, they built a monument to the people who died in 1990 in San Ysidro, and it's like a thing with 21 hexagons, and everyone has the name of the victim on it. Okay. McDonald's got sued, but none of the lawsuits actually stuck.
How are you gonna? How?
Now, the one shitty thing that Edna Huberty did do was she tried to sue McDonald's and Barbara Wilcox, saying that the reason that Huberty went on his killing spree was because of a poor diet and because of toxic chemicals which he inhaled while working as a welder, because he didn't get proper protection, because this was back in like the 60s and the 70s when nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, that didn't go anywhere.
Now, it didn't go anywhere, but I think technically she could be correct with the toxic chemicals thing. It depends, because there is a theory that the reason that there were so many serial killers back in the day is because of lead being so prominent in paint and other materials.
Lead does wear out a lot of brain.
It fucks with your brain. However, there was even an autopsy done on his body when he died, and they found that he had large amounts of lead and calcium in his body, but they don't think that they don't think that it caused him to go on a killing spree.
I don't feel like that is correlative.
Probably not. There has to be more. It's just a theory right now.
So yeah, that makes sense. But look at it like this: there are a lot of things that people do nowadays that kill your brain cells, and there's less. I mean, there's not as many serial killers around nowadays.
Exactly.
Like, think about it. Think how many people smoke weed. That stunts the growth of your brain cells, and that even kills your brain cells if you do too much of it. And probably, you know, a ton of people do that.
Mm-hmm.
A ton of people do a bunch of different kinds of drugs that end up destroying your brain cells. Fucking with your mind state and getting yourself to kill somebody, I think, is two very different things. I think it can definitely enable you into those thoughts that you were probably already having and cause you to, you know, I remember hearing he would hear voices in his head, just talking to himself.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, you know, made it worse. The lead probably wouldn't help with that. But I think saying...
There is a part of your brain that, you know, how you have essentially subconscious and then you usually have intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
There's a section of your brain that essentially makes you not act on them. I don't know how recent or when this happened, but a guy had that section like badly damaged, and you know, not having the ability to control your intrusive thoughts, you go and do whatever your brain tells you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy basically did that, but I'm like, maybe this happened with this guy because lead eats brain tissue.
Like I said, it's just a theory, and I don't really think there's any studies done on it, because it's like, how do you study like serial killers and, you know, because it could just be a coincidence.
You put rats.
Could be a coincidence or could have some truth.
It's the same thing with there was a serial killer. There was a thing with serial killers where a lot of them shared the same three like traits of liking arson, torturing animals, and having a head injury. Oh yeah, and pissing the bed. And like
these just sound like, well, besides the killing people.
So this guy didn't like arson.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that is something that is common among a lot of serial killers. And
that's something that's common among a lot of people.
Yeah, I know.
We can agree this guy wasn't a serial killer. This guy was just a mass shooter.
He's a mass shooter, yeah. They're different.
Well, yeah, they are different, but I mean, look at it like this, man. Like what was I gonna say? I mean, I feel like he definitely. I forgot what I was gonna say.
He basically let his intrusive thoughts slash.
I think, well, the problem is that he was mentally ill. He wanted to kill himself, and at that point, like, he saw it as society failing him. It's not just the thing with the mental hospital. He lost his job. He couldn't find a job anywhere. He thought that the government was after him. So at that point, he thought, everybody's against me. I'm just going to kill myself. He had already tried to kill himself like the year before. And so he decided to kill himself, but he wanted, because he had suffered so much, I think he wanted other people to suffer with him. So
Yeah.
he had used his, not like all the, he had used the guns that he was stockpiling to just deal as much damage as possible. And like I said, I don't think it was a race thing either. I mean,
Definitely wasn't.
I think he was saying some like weird racist shit in the McDonald's, but I think that was just, he was off his fucking rocker at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I don't think that is linked to anything. And he's just fucked up. Like, he just has mental issues. Like, there really isn't a motive. The motive is just, I wanted to deal as much damage as possible, so I'm going to do these bad things.
But there's another side of this is, what if he got away? What would have happened?
I think
There's no shot.
that's what I was gonna say was, if he wasn't relegated to just the McDonald's, he might have done more shit.
Yeah, like if let's
No,
say
no, no. I don't. I think he would have killed himself. He definitely
Maybe.
would have killed himself.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
but if he was in a
he left the
bar-
house saying
Oh yeah.
that
No.
he was not coming back. He definitely was not
Yeah.
expecting to probably get one tapped. Most people that do shit like that, it's either suicide by cop
Yeah.
or some other bullshit. But he was probably
I don't think he was expecting. He definitely 100% was not expecting to come back alive. He wanted to kill himself. Like I said, he just wanted to bring down as many people as possible with him.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think you could make the argument that that's a failed example of what happens when someone tries to get help and then they don't get it. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Cases like this always really make me think, man.
100%. Because in this scenario, it literally came down to the last line of defense, which is, I'm calling a mental health hotline, and then they fucking put him as non-emergency, so they weren't going to call him back.
The majority of the time, when people will be like you could stop because this isn't that didn't happen overnight. It was a long deterioration of his psyche, because first this happened, and then he lost his job, and then this happened, and then that happened, and that, it's a long wearing on your brain, and if you don't have the right mindset, this is what happens.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
that was definitely like a part of it was like he did have this sense of he wanted a certain level of status, but then once shit went for the worst, he fell into his like illness.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'd say.
For sure.
For sure.
And it's the brutal truth, but I think if there's anything that you can learn from this, be grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
So,
And
another
what's up?
I was gonna say another thing of that is check up on people you know. Check up
Yeah,
on your
I mean,
friends. Check
yeah.
up on your family members.
Ask well, I think a main thing about this is realize this is something that helps me a lot when I get like sad and stuff,
Mhm.
Most people listening to this, 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, your hearing's fine, you don't have a terminal illness, right? And there are people that are way less fortunate from you right now that are finding out that they have cancer, whose families die in car crashes, and all this terrible, horrible stuff is happening to you, and it's not happening to you. And
Yeah.
you just need to realize that things could be way worse, and life could be way worse. But you just got to be grateful for what you have.
Yeah, and if you if you have if you have mental illness, never feel like you can't reach out to people, and if you do feel like you want to do something bad, you know, you talk to people and don't make everything shit because you're feeling like shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you can always go and just, there's a quick way to make things right, and then there's the wrong way, which leads to yourself suffering or even other people suffering. Just, if you ever feel like you're, you know, there's therapy and shit like that, you know?
And if you need instant help, like you're thinking about it, call the suicide hotline.
Exactly.
The number is 988.
Yeah, it's gotten better. So it's not like this.
Yeah.
This was at the time, before we end, I just want to say that this was the worst, at the time it was the worst shooting in American history. Unfortunately now, like 40 something years later, it sits at 8th. And the worst shooting is the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
60 people died.
500 were injured, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We already said our thoughts, so we're just going to skip that part. Thank you guys for joining me. And Noah.
Subscribe. Hopefully the next one's not as pressing.
Hopefully. I've got some, we have other stuff cooking up. I'd like to do what Gus was talking about, the Fritzl case. And then I have something else planned, which will be a little bit less depressing.
I really want you to do the thing about Jonestown, the cult.
Oh, I think that's a lot of
That's
work.
on the
So
line.
yeah, but we'll talk about that later, Ollie. So everybody, thank you so much. Gus is not here, so I'll say. Is there anything you guys want to say before we leave?
No, but we can call Gus and get his
Don't subscribe to Cheese Tamer, subscribe to Bodacious True Crime.
Hey, everybody right now, join the Cheesetainment subreddit. Subscribe to Air Talk Real on TikTok. NJ_589 on Instagram. Air Talk on YouTube. Do not subscribe to SK Forum. He's done some terrible things, and he threatened my life.
Yep.
And he told me that my chinchilla was ugly.
Ladies
Nobody,
and
no. Everybody, no one subscribe to Sam.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You're fucking ugly, bro. No one can carry 100,000 bullets.
You know what? Don't subscribe to Air Talk. Subscribe to freaking Crackhead Podcast.
Premium quality aviation content. All right, premium quality.
Listen.
You could snort that shit. You could.
Noah, shut up.
It's great.
Shut
Fuck
up.
you.
Shut
Fuck
the
you.
fuck
Fuck
up.
you.
Listen. Subscribe to Air Talk. Subscribe to Bodacious True Crime Podcast. Subscribe to SK Forum and Cheesetainment. And if you want schizophrenic rants, subscribe to Crackhead's
You
Podcast.
haven't uploaded in 9 months.
And then, you know what else you can do?
You can go.
You can stay bodacious.
Bodacious.
And have yourselves a damn good one, boys.